Beyond even winning the presidency, these men hungered to make their mark on history.
Ambition is a mystery to me. Where it comes from in people, it's the most important thing, but it's a spring for success. And then the key is, if you have dreaming when you're young of some ambition, do you have the discipline and the perseverance to keep going after it?
Throughout his life, Lincoln struggled to reconcile a melancholy temperament with a far-reaching ambition. In his early 30s, he fell into a deep depression.
Friends worried that he was suicidal. They took all knives and razors and scissors from his room. And his best friend, Joshua Speed, came to his side and said, "Lincoln, you must rally or you will die." And he said, "I know that." And he said, "If everybody had my face, there wouldn't be a cheerful face in the whole world. I would just as soon die now, but I've not yet accomplished anything to make any human being remember that I have lived." So that worthy ambition to leave the world a better place became almost his lodestar. It got him through that depression, and it stayed with him the rest of his life.
Lincoln's life armored him with a rare mix of compassion and determination, humility and confidence. As president-elect, he put ego aside to gather the strongest men in the country, convinced he was the strongest of them all.
What it showed when Lincoln decided to put his three chief rivals into his cabinet was an enormous internal confidence.
Nothing will prevent war.
Coming into this office as he was, much less known than the other three, much less celebrated. Each one of them wanted to be president and thought they should have been president instead of him. Many of them had said slighting things about him.
I cannot surrender a federal fort without a fight.
It's the wrong message to send to Europe.
But he had enough confidence and humility to know that the best thing I can do is to shore up my weaknesses.
Come again, Mr. Seward?
I don't know foreign policy. I've never been out of the country. I need Seward, who's traveled all over the place, who knows foreign policy.
I strongly recommend we postpone this.
Until we win a battle.
Just so.
I don't think he worried that he'd be overshadowed. His friend said, "You'll be a figurehead amidst them all." And somehow inside he's saying, "No, no, don't worry about me. I'll be fine."
Lincoln had risen from the humblest of beginnings to the nation's highest office. He embodied the ideal of self-government, and he knew the Civil War could determine the fate of democracy in America and across the globe.
The President of the United States! It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead, we take increased devotion to that cause for which they here gave the last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain. That this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom. And that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.